have spent the last 2 years renovating this house. We finally wrapped things up, and so we decided to make a big move. We closed on the house yesterday, and now we're super stoked on some huge plans that we have. My wife and I decided to ditch the city to live in the mountains. I'm heading to Canada to pick up a camper and a sled. I'll be commuting to the city and living in the camper while I work my 3 12-hour shifts. Instead of hauling the baby to the ski resorts, I'll just haul myself down to work. My hope is that we will recreate more this way.
That was a long day and long night. Drove all the way from Idaho. Made it up to Squamish, picked up the snowmobile, picked up the camper, picked up a pair of skis. We're good to go. So now we're just gonna try to import at the border and then get back home.
Squamish is home to my favorite mountain bike trails. I was super bummed that I wasn't able to mountain bike this trip, but I threw in some clips from Whistler. The level at which they build their trails here in British Columbia is just mind-boggling. These trails are so technical and they include so many features that you just don't really see in the US.
Squamish is the most beautiful place I've ever been to. I love it here. It is just so amazing. It reminds me a lot of Alaska, which is where I grew up. It has a little more like a tropical vibe, which is super cool. The funny thing about Squamish is that it's pretty small, and ever since like van lifing got really popular, I think there's just way too many vans around here, or campers or whatever. So now most of the overlanders just post up in the Walmart parking lot. I just find it so funny because this parking lot is just always loaded with campers, and you'll find some of the most unique campers you've ever seen. So usually I wouldn't sleep in the Walmart parking lot. I would go find a camping spot, but I was so tired last night, so I gave up and slept in the Walmart parking lot. All right, quick walk around on the camper. I just wanted to document where it's at right now and kind of the process as we go through building it in the future. So this is the kitchen area. I really like the openness of it. Huge sink. Take out these dishes. Tons of space to do stuff. I feel like I can actually use it, which I love. I didn't feel that way with my old camper. Little Dometic faucet. It's kind of wimpy compared to the sink, so we'll see about that. 2-burner stove, very basic, super easy to use, love that. Got propane heater. It's a catalytic heater, non-ventilated, not the safest option. Probably gonna get rid of that, so that might not stay around. This is just an excess battery for backup power. Dometic fridge on a slide. See if I can do this with one hand. There we go. Boom. Super easy to use, works great. I meal prep all my food, throw it in here, and it's just good to go. So extremely easy to use. I love that. Got a twin bed up here, nothing too crazy. Just got some of my gear. Got windows all around. They're all insulated right now. There's this table that slides out in the dinette. There's actually a lot of room right here. It's pretty wide for a truck bed camper, and I love that. I can study here. I can do all kinds of stuff. So just hanging out in here is really nice. Got a little bit of storage here. Storage is definitely the issue right now. As you can see, I kind of have junk everywhere. So I got to figure out some storage solutions. I do have space for like kitchen utilities, tools, all that. But as far as storage goes, I'm gonna need to kind of get crafty here because I do like the openness. So we got to find an in-between, add a little bit of storage without taking up too much space. But I am loving it. It's working great. It is miles ahead of my other camper. So yeah, this is where we're at right now. This right here is just water tank, water pump, pretty simple. This camper is extremely simple, which I really like. You got insulation, and then behind the insulation, you can't really see it, but it's just fiberglass. So there's a fiberglass shell and insulation, and that is it. Keeps it really simple. You don't have to deal with like wooden frame, metal tin, all the junk materials that are used nowadays. So I love this thing.
across the border, baby. Imported the sled, pretty straightforward. It's a Polaris, so I had to actually remind them I was importing it, and she was like, all right, that'll be $300 or whatever. And I was like, you guys are aware that it's American made, right? And she was like, oh, give me a second. And she like went back and went through all it. And she was like, no, just $10. So yeah, if you're importing it and it's US made, you don't have to pay duties, which is awesome. So the sled was very straightforward, easy to import. Everything else was good to go. So I always get nervous at the border. I've had a couple weird experiences, and the hardest one was we were driving to Alaska during COVID, and they were just so strict. We showed up and they detained us there at the border for like 4 hours. It was ridiculous, and they just grilled us with questions. They acted like we were trying to like commit a crime. We had to, call our bosses in Alaska and provide proof of work. And it was just the craziest thing. And at the end, they were threatening us, threatening huge fines that the civilians of Canada were instructed to report people, I don't know, messing around from the U.S., spreading COVID. So they basically told us that if we stopped anywhere except for at gas stations, we'd be screwed. And they actually threatened us with $1 million fine. So that was insane. We had 3 days to get all the way across British Columbia and Yukon Territory. So ever since then, every time I go across the border, I'm just like sweating because I've had such bad experiences. And ever since that experience, they have it on record, and they ask me more questions than everyone else when I pull into Canada. So yeah, it's not ideal, but this one went very smoothly. So I'm super stoked. On our way home now, just trying to book it back to Idaho. I love the camper. Slept in it last night and it was raining. Stay dry, warm, everything. It does what it's supposed to. I'm pretty stoked to learn it and get it set up and organized and everything. So once I clean it out, I'll have to do a walkthrough video, but it's awesome. These are just hard to find, especially in the States, and they're made so well. Like the one-piece fiberglass mold is awesome. It's lightweight. It doesn't leak. It doesn't fall apart, and it's so light. Like this thing weighs 1,000 pounds, so it's nothing in my bed, and I barely even feel it. The truck rides better with a little bit of weight since it's a Duramax, so it's good to have just something in the bed. It was really rough riding over there with it empty. So yeah, heading back. No issues thus far. We are 1,466 miles in about 48 hours. I am exhausted. It is 2 a.m. and I'm happy to be done. So hopefully this drive was worth it.